In the first video in this series, the most common grammar mistakes that English learners make, we talked about articles. And we also said that articles are some of the most difficult words to use in spoken and written English. Even a native speaker gets confused. Wait, should I say even a native speaker gets confused? Or even the native speaker gets confused? Well, if you've seen the first video, then you will already guess right that the right sentence should be the first one. Even a native speaker gets confused. We use the article a instead of the because the noun speaker is singular and it's not definite because it's not pointing to any specific person. So we say even a native speaker gets confused. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up here or down here in the description box so you can watch it after this video. So let's learn more about articles, especially when not to use them in your sentences. Hey, what's up? Teacher Chris here from Gravy English, your go-to channel for everything about better English. In last week's video, we talked about the different articles and the, and we use a diagram when we try to decide which articles to use in our sentences. But some of you may still be confused after watching that video. So let's dig deeper into the usage of articles in English sentences. First, let's talk more about the article the. There are actually basic rules, but there are also many exemptions to these rules. So let me share with you one of the trick that I've used for years. The trick is to memorize the situations when you do not use the articles the. Well, I said this might help because for many people, it's actually easier to remember the negative things better than positive things. Well, I'm not saying that we tend to really dwell on the negative things, but actually, what I'm trying to say is we tend to remember more vividly the negative things that happened to us instead of the many good things that happened to us in the past. So maybe that's why when we get ourselves into arguments or maybe quarrels, we actually tend to bring up more of the negative instead of the positive. Anyway, my point is you might find it easier to remember the situations when you do not use the article instead of when you use that specific article. So here are the 9 situations in which we do not use the article the. Keep in mind that my list is not really complete and comprehensive, but it's good enough to give you a head start and some confidence in using the article the. Let's switch to my computer screen. To help you remember the 9 situations when we do not use the article the or the, remember this simple acronym. Don't clip me. Don't clip me. Which means you should not use the article the for or before D, dialects or languages, O, organizations acronym, N, names of people, T, TV as entertainment or as program, C, countries, most countries, L, lakes, I, individual mountains, P, planets, ME, or meals. Let's talk about them one by one. So, first to remember, do not use the article the before a dialect or language. Let's check out this sentence. The English is a global language. He speaks the Spanish. So here, the words English and Spanish are dialects or languages. So we should not use the articles the before them. So the right sentences should be English is a global language and He speaks Spanish. Okay, next, avoid using the before organization's acronym. An acronym is like WHO, which is short for World Health Organization. So even though if we use the for the full name of organizations, we should avoid using it for their acronyms. Example, I volunteer for the WHO. The UNESCO is an agency of UN. So in these cases, we are using the acronym WHO and UNESCO. So it's not necessary to use the article the. So instead, we say, I volunteer for WHO, and UNESCO is an agency of UN. Okay, next, avoid using the article for names of people. This is in fact one of the common mistakes that my English learners or students make. So some of them would say something like, the Mrs. Lee is my teacher. The Sarah is a student. But we do not use articles before these proper names of people. So we simply say, Mrs. Lee is my teacher. Sarah is my student. Next, avoid using the before TV if you're referring to it as an entertainment or program. Let's check out the first sentence. It's fun watching the TV. So in this case, watching the TV is actually a phrase that refers to a kind of entertainment or TV as a program. If that's the case, then do not use the article the. So it should be, it's fun watching TV. But if you're referring to TV as an object, a piece of appliance, then you should keep the article the. For example, it's a mistake to say, please turn on TV. Since TV here is referring to a piece of appliance and not as an entertainment. So the right sentence should be, please turn on the TV. All right, the next one, avoid the error of using the article the for most countries. For example, she's from the Singapore. This is also a very common mistake, but remember the rule, don't use the before a name of the country. So Singapore is a country, we just drop the. It should be, she's from Singapore. Now, it's different if countries or the formal name of the country originally come with the word the. For example, the United States, or the US, the United Kingdom, or the UK, or the Republic of the Philippines. So it's a mistake to say it's fun in Philippines. Philippines formal name comes with the article the, so it should be, it's fun in the Philippines. The next one is to avoid using the article with lakes or formal name of lakes. For example, it's a mistake to say the Laguna Lake is in the Philippines, or the cleanest is the Kayangan Lake. Laguna Lake and Kayangan Lake are formal names or proper names of lakes, so we don't use the article for these nouns. Instead, we say Laguna Lake is in Philippines or in the Philippines. that there should be a the in there. And the cleanest is Kayangan Lake. Okay, another mistake to avoid is the use of the before individual mountains. So what do I mean by individual mountains? An example is Mount Everest. You can also think of other mountains like Mount Apo or Mount Kanlaon. Those are names or proper names of individual mountains. So it's wrong to say, I'll climb the Mount Everest. Okay, so the right sentence should be, I'll climb Mount Everest. But it's a different situation if you're referring to mountain ranges or group of mountains. So it's a mistake to say Himalayas is in Asia because Himalayas is a mountain range. In this case, you should keep or use the article the. So instead of Himalayas is in Asia, the correct sentence is the Himalayas is in Asia. Okay, another mistake to avoid is using the article the between planets. So we already know the planets: Mars, Earth, Venus, Uranus, Saturn. So the sentence, the Mars is the fourth planet, is incorrect because Mars is a planet, but the rule says you should not use the article the before the name of a planet. So it should be Mars is the fourth planet. It's a different situation if you're talking about a galaxy. So for galaxies, we use the article. It's wrong to say Earth is in Milky Way because Milky Way is a galaxy. The right sentence should be Earth is in the Milky Way. And the last situation is avoiding the use of articles between meals. When I say meals, I'm talking about lunch or breakfast. So for example, it's wrong to say the lunch was delicious or we should not skip the breakfast. Lunch and breakfast are again meals, but we should not use an article before them. So instead, we just simply say lunch was delicious or we should not skip breakfast. So there you go. Don't forget the acronym. Don't clip me. Don't clip me. If you found this video helpful or if you learned something new today, please give me a like and subscribe with notification. It would be a big help for this channel. I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye.